those developments in Louisville. This after that UPS cargo plane crashed. This was just moments after takeoff in Kentucky, and video showing that massive fireball. The crash killing at least 9 people as the smoke could be seen for miles there in Louisville. And we're learning the plane involved had landed in Miami from Louisville just last week. You're looking at live pictures there at the airport, by the way. And here with us right now is aviation attorney and retired Air Force fighter pilot Willard Sheppard. Willard, good to see you here. We want to talk all about this crash. It seems like this was really the worst case scenario. A cargo plane. It was packed with thousands of gallons of fuel, just getting ready to take off here, and then crashes seconds into the air. The investigation's just starting, but you've seen the videos of this. With your experience in the cockpit, what do you see happening in this crash?
Well, first of all, as you mentioned, this is the worst case scenario for many people that fly in and out of MIA. This UPS operation here in South Florida is based along 36th Street. You see all those UPS cargo planes that are lined up along in there. And as you mentioned, this really is the worst case scenario, Austin. You hear me talk to you about the most dangerous phases of flight being takeoff and landing. In this case, this aircraft was headed all the way to Honolulu, Hawaii. It had about 35,000 gallons of fuel on it. And there's a point when in a takeoff roll where you reach a point of where you can't stop in the remaining runway. And it appears that what happened here, they were beyond that speed that we call V1 in the aviation business. And therefore, they had no choice. They had to try to continue, but they didn't have the engine power to do it. These photographs that we've seen some people out there show that the left engine was on fire. There's even one photograph afterwards that could be a picture of the left engine that's there on the ground. And it looks like that situation with the left engine actually caused the plane not to have enough lift to continue. My data search shows that this plane only got about 150 feet into the air, and it was curving off and turning off to the left, like knifing in when it went down into the ground, and actually hit like a fuel depot facility there. And that's why you see all of this tremendous fireball there on the ground. But this is really just the worst case scenario at the worst time.
And Willard, you just mentioned there how dangerous the takeoffs and landings are. And we always hear planes are meant to be in the sky, right? What makes these takeoffs and landings so dangerous, really, for any flight taking off or landing?
Well, first of all, the simple fact that you're near the ground. If something happens while you're up airborne at a significant altitude, you have a list of emergency procedures and time and what we call the best glide distance for an aircraft to pick a place to land, make sure you can get there, make sure the aircraft is under control, resolve the emergency, and then go ahead and safely land the airplane. When you're in the takeoff phase and the landing phase, you're of course right near the ground. So you don't have that kind of time or ability to be able to take care of a situation unless you have enough power and flight on the airplane to do what we call a go around if you're coming in to land. In this case and scenario, they were taken off. They were at their maximum gross weight. They had the most amount of fuel on board at the time. And this incident occurred at the worst possible moment beyond the time where they could actually stop and not run off the runway. And therefore, in those cases and scenarios, you have no other choice other than to try to get the aircraft airborne, try to get it airborne safely. The UPS teams have a tremendous amount of training. And actually at UPS, they've gone a very long way because of all the types of cargo that they carry to make sure that they have fire suppressant systems on board their aircraft. They've done a very, very good job with that. But in this scenario, it was the engine that was on fire. That's what we see from the photographs. And that led to this catastrophe that we saw.
And it seems like this had been a reliable plane for the most part. We know it's been running now for the past few decades here, but clearly something went very wrong out there yesterday. The NTSB going to be on the ground there in Kentucky here a little bit later on today. Willard, thanks so much for your insights.
Always great to be with you.